Welcome to 2023, folks. I hope everyone had a happy new year, and so on and so forth. Looking at last year, several of the movies that I had hoped would be released in 2022 ended up getting pushed back to 2023, which led to not the greatest year of filmmaking, but even then, 2022 still had its standouts. That not only showed that yes, good movies and shows do still exist, and most often the best movies and shows of the year are the ones that come by surprise. That being said, I still am looking forward to some shows and movies this year and was originally going to do a top 10 most anticipated films of 2023. Until I found out that there aren't even 10 of them that I'm excited for, and technically one of the 9 isn't confirmed for a 2023 release, but it's incredibly likely, so at least 8 films/shows I'm excited for this year. Which doesn't give me high hopes for the year, but I'm sure that I'm gonna be proven wrong, and there are some surprises along the way that'll knock it out of the park. So without a further ado, let's look at my most anticipated movies and shows for 2023. Number 9, Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
And if you don't know, now you know.
So this one is only on this list for one reason: nostalgia. As well, I didn't grow up with Beast Wars when it was airing. I did watch it in my youth when it was on Netflix and enjoyed it despite the dated CGI. And 2, it's supposed to be a continuation of Bumblebee, which while it's not the greatest movie, the fact that it was as good as it was, considering the previous Transformers movies, really speaks a lot for why so many people really love Bumblebee. So why number 9? Well, the CGI is kind of rough, and some of the designs and casting choices don't instill a great level of confidence for me, but I hope it will at least be entertaining and fun, at least, and not Bayverse levels of stupid, cringe, and just downright uncomfortableness. Is that even a word? If it doesn't do that, then I believe I'll enjoy it, but we shall see. Number 8, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So when the teaser first released for this film, I was pretty excited just from the first scene shown with Bowser, and even most of the casting choices seemed like pretty good fits. Except for one.
It's a Mario. That's not the voice. You'll have to wait to hear the voice.
Yes, Chris, that is your voice for Mario. But the official trailer made me come around to see that Chris was doing something more along the lines of the live-action Mario show. The trailer had his voice grow on me more, whether it's growing on me like I warm up to it in a way that a dad warms up to a dog that he never wanted, or it grows on me like a tumor, we'll find out later. Besides, if it was in the normal Mario voice, I think I would throw myself down a cliff with my Yoshi, cause that would get real annoying real fast. My biggest concern is the fact that Illumination is making this film, which basically guarantees it'll be at least average, but probably nothing more. But maybe this is the film that will surprise everyone and begin to take Illumination more seriously as an animation studio, but who knows. Number 7, Cocaine Bear. I mean, it's a movie based on the true event of a bear that ate 40 kilograms or 88 pounds of cocaine. Granted, in real life, it didn't go on a murderous rampage, but that's what should make this film fun. Hopefully, if it embraces the crazy, insane tone that the trailers give off. I'm just hoping that Elizabeth Banks does a better job on this movie than her last one. Number 6, Ark the Animated Series.
I'm going to survive.
For those of you who don't know, I love the video game Ark Survival Evolved. Despite the many problems the game has, there is something about it that I'm always drawn to and continue to find myself back in playing it. And a big aspect of that is the ability to tame and ride all sorts of creatures, especially dinosaurs. The lore of Ark is also very fascinating, with some excellent cinematic videos about the lore of the game being created by Nettie the Noodle, link in the description. So I'm curious on how the show will handle it, because I feel like this show has some serious potential to be great, or to be terrible, so we'll just have to see. And if it is terrible, then Eddie Noodle's videos are still on YouTube, and they're still great. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Rewind to 2019 after the release of Endgame, and I was already kinda done with the MCU, but there was still one film I was very excited for, and always thought of that particular film as the last MCU film I was truly hyped for, and that was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which for those of you who don't know, the first two are my favorite MCU films, and honestly place in my top 10 films of all time. Well, at least Volume 2 does. But then Phase 4 happened, and it has not given me any confidence in Marvel. However, I still have some faith in James Gunn. After the release of this first trailer, I am actually excited for it, although Phase 4 has left me feeling extremely reserved about it, and just hoping that this one is not just good, but great. Had Phase 4 been better, or just didn't exist at all, this film probably would have been in my top 3, possibly even the number 1 most anticipated film of 2023, but Phase 4 has taught me not to expect good things from modern day Marvel, and I will remain in this mindset until I am proven otherwise. I will say, out of all these movies, I want this one to be the best, but that's all it is, a want. A want that will see if this third movie either makes or breaks me. Number 4, Life on Our Planet, a Netflix documentary. I'm always on the lookout for new documentaries, especially ones about prehistoric life, and this couple-second snippet is looking promising, but we shall see if this will be on the same level of quality as Prehistoric Planet, or if it'll be more like Monsters Resurrected. Also, if you all would like to see more reviews on documentaries on this channel, let me know, because I certainly would welcome them here. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the use of the Jurassic Park T-Rex roar sound effect, although that could just be used for promotional material because apparently dinosaurs aren't interesting to the mainstream unless it's associated with Jurassic Park, despite being the only good one being the first and the rest are, well, you already know my thoughts on those. In the film, they mentioned that animals have been used for warfare all the time, and the two examples they mentioned were rats and elephants.
What? What the fuck?
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head?
Number 3, Reacher, Season 2. Okay, so this one is kind of cheating since it's not officially confirmed that the second season will be released in 2023. Just that it's heavily speculated, so I won't spend too much time on this one. But I love that first season of Reacher, so I'm hyped for what Season 2 will hold. But it may not come out this year, so this video will either be fine or will not age well. Number 2, SpiderMan, Across the Spider-Verse.
Who do you think you are? Really?
We are supposed to be the good guys.
We are.
The first Spider-Verse is incredible, and single-handedly had one of the largest impacts on animation in recent years that I've seen, and for the better. I do believe that this film will be, at bare minimum, be good, but if it will be better or on the same level as the first, now that's the million-dollar question. Regardless of its quality, I'm sure YouTube will see a massive influx in videos on this movie, with many of them being in video essay format. And who knows, I might even make one if I feel this film deserves it. And my number 1 most anticipated movie for 2023 is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Part 1. The Mission Impossible series is that rare exception of a series only getting better with each installment, with the duo of Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie making for an excellent combination. And with Tom Cruise being one of the few actors that I actually respect for his dedication to the craft of filmmaking and storytelling, also really helps my hype for this film. The last 2 films these two worked on together are Mission Impossible Fallout, which is one of my all-time favorites, and Top Gun Maverick, which I've talked about plenty about how awesome that film is. So I have no doubt that they will deliver another excellent movie. So that's my list for the most anticipated films of 2023. So I'm sure I'll be disappointed with some, and others will meet or exceed my expectations. And plenty of other projects this year will also surprise me. So here's to a new year. Thank you, spank all those buttons, stay safe out there, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so I was in the process of editing this film and was scrolling Instagram, link below, but I came across a show that is confirmed for a 2023 release, and that is Season 2 of Invincible, which had an excellent first season, with my only complaints about the show being Amber, who was just the worst, as well as political themes that were very poorly implemented into the show. And by that, I mean trying to score political points for a certain side. But other than that, I love that first season, with it probably being my favorite show of 2021, right after Arcane, of course, because Arcane is, well, Arcane. But I hope Season 2 is even better, but we shall see.